Morning, Jairo.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Hey.
We're running late with my daughter.
It's okay.
For the first time, I haven't depart my home at 7 a.m. to go to school. Usually
Uh,
at this time, I'm already dropping her.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. Drive safe and we'll speak once once you're back home or you have dropped
No.
there.
Yeah. No. And every time I can or I'm at a stop, I will participate. But I'm here. I'm right here
Okay.
listening.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, and I just want to apologize for the past days that I couldn't join. I've had tough tough nights and tough,
Oh.
how do you say, madrugadas? How do you say madrugadas?
Early in the morning. You say early in the morning.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I had tough ones because of my 2-year-old son. He had been, I don't know, we couldn't know what we had at this moment. We don't know what I don't know, virus attacked him, but we hope that this day he overcomes it.
Hmm.
But he's okay now. So I'm sorry because we had very tough nights, like
Oh
sleeping
wow,
at
I bet.
I don't know 3 a.m. and then taking my daughter to school. Uh, it was
It
hard,
was
but
it was
yeah,
tough.
yeah. So and every time then I was like, I don't know, like waking up like 10 to 8, and I was like,
Uh,
no, the class. I'm sorry. Yes.
it's all right. When you have kids, it's very tough. Yeah, because whenever they get sick and sometimes you don't sleep well. Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens a lot.
Yes.
It's 7 o'clock right now, so we're just gonna wait for the rest to join. Could you excuse
Great.
me for a minute? I need to do something real
Yes.
quick.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hey.
Sí.
Are you good to talk, or we rather wait for somebody else?
No, I can talk.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
It's. I mean, it's just that I don't feel comfortable with you knowing that you're driving.
No, 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 no. No. That's let's talk. I can talk.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Um.
I've been thinking about the topic that I will choose for the homework.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
but it's basically how to. I need to choose a topic that I should present to my colleagues and take into consideration the things that we already learned with you and in
Right.
the platform. Right?
Right. Hey, I want to know a little bit more about you to see how I can help you out as well. Like, what's your position in Aplaudo? What do you do? Like, if you have meetings or not? I think we haven't covered that part with you.
Yeah. Well, my position is people experience coordinator. People experience is the same as the human resources department. So, yeah, I've been there for maybe let me see, a year and 2 months already,
Okay.
and I do have meetings in each project,
Uh-huh.
and I'm overseeing, let me see, the onboarding project. So I'm in charge of the overall general onboarding to Aplaudo, and I'm the one who meets and greets uh, everyone everyone in their first day, and
Oh.
I prepare them for regarding their general onboarding. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous because my daughter already told me that I'm not a good speaker. So yeah, she made me nervous, and I was like, "Hey, how do you think that I talk?" It's okay, but sometimes you take too long to answer or to,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Okay. Well, she's quite honest, like with you, right? I'm not saying she's right. I'm just saying that she's honest with you. Yeah.
No, but I do appreciate her
Yeah.
opinion. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm in charge of the onboarding, and I'm also in charge of making subscriptions. Well, these subscriptions to the Speak program,
Hmm.
and any other subscription to free courses with supported by INSAFORP are my responsibility.
Mm.
What
Okay.
else do I do? I'm in charge of of typing like from scratch, or checking or checking documents like politics in Aplaudo, or processes, and
Okay.
things like that that will help us support our
Okay.
operation and make it like um, formal, right? Not
Yeah.
just not not things that are said that have been or just said that haven't been written, or things that are said in a more familiar way. No, it's to make things formal and very, I don't know, very serious, right? So
Yeah.
I'm in
Of
charge.
course.
I'm already typing and like proposing documents, formats, and stuff like that. I do have this experience because, as I told you, I worked for the central bank for 11 years. And the central bank is an 80
Yeah.
year old plus 80-year-old institution, and
Hmm.
that has lots of documents. Uh, they have too much documentation. That's why these institutions are so bureaucratic, right?
Yeah, you have
But
the experience in that.
yeah, so I'm in charge of that also, and yeah, I also help and support in webinars that Aplaudo promotes. Um, I am
It's
usually the
webinars.
host. Yeah,
What is web?
webinars are like online conferences,
Okay. All right.
online and live conferences,
Okay.
because one can have an online conference, but that has been pre-recorded. But
Right.
no, in our case, they are live. And my colleagues, they speak about any topic. Usually it's a technological topic, because that's
Hmm.
what Aplaudo do.
Hmm.
What Aplaudo does. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
And I am the host.
Hey, that's
I
nice.
play. Yeah, I play as the host of the webinar, and I'm like
Can I ask you?
present. Yeah.
Can I ask you like so if you're well, it's nice to know it. It's nice to know that I didn't like really know what I at the beginning you did mention that you were part of the human resource. It's just that I hear my echo every time that I talk,
Okay.
so I'm
Yeah, that's so.
uh,
Yeah,
uh,
I
at the
hate that.
beginning
Yeah.
you did mention like I think it was the first or second day that you were from the HR team, and I was like, okay, that's good, but I didn't know how much involved you were in this, and I have a better um understanding now. That's good.
Yeah.
But what I want to
Just wait a
ask
second,
you,
please.
yeah,
One.
yep,
Sorry, I'm back. I already
it's
dropped her.
it's all right.
That's cool.
Um, so where does she study?
At Liceo Francés.
Hey, oh, in Merliot.
Yeah.
Wow, you got money. No,
Mm,
I was no my
no,
wow. No, my
I
wow was.
wish. I wish, and I wish, and I ask the universe to listen to you.
Yeah. How much
No,
do you
it's a
pay
lot of
for?
effort.
I
It's a lot
think
of
it,
effort,
I think
really.
it is
It's a
expensive there.
Yeah, it is. It's not that expensive as, of course, as Britannica and Americana,
Uh,
but um, it's we're doing the effort, and it's great. It's a great school. It's very well for us. It's one of the best schools in El Salvador, bilingual schools or trilingual in this case.
Trilingual. Yeah.
Yeah, um, because in here they really teach our children to think for themselves and to
Yes.
develop their own criteria. For example, if they are asked in an exam, what do you think? I mean, it's important when do Napoleon Bonaparte uh, arrived at some country. Yeah, it's fine to know, but
Mm-hmm.
what do you think about Napoleon invading, I don't know, Egypt, or invading, I don't know, any country?
Mm-hmm.
You can answer yes, or you can answer yeah, I agree, or I
Mm-hmm.
disagree.
Right.
But the thing is that you need to sustain your opinion or and to justify it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that they learn to justify and to, I don't know if this word argument, como,
Yes.
yeah, they learn how to argument and to support their opinion, and
Right.
that's great. Yeah, because they don't care if they say yeah, I agree, no, I disagree. The thing that they care is how did they argumented
And
their
analyze.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty cool. Actually, I have a lot of friends. Well, not a lot of, but I have a couple like friends that have their kids studying there, and also I met people who have studied there, and yeah, to
Oh,
me it's
really?
really,
Uh-huh.
to me it's a really cool um school, especially because
Yes,
it's
yes,
trilingual as
it
well.
is. Yes. Well, my daughter actually, let me see, on Monday, yeah, Monday,
Mm.
we had a great news because she was the highest score. She had the highest
Wow.
score, the highest grade of at the DELF. The DELF is like the exam that certifies you that you are a B2 plus at
Mm.
French, and that
Wow.
you understand their everything, their
Uh,
comprehension, like uh, oral production, written production,
how old is
oral,
she?
and yeah, everything. She's 10,
Wow.
and they do this exam. Goodness. Wait, I'm sorry. They take this exam in fifth grade.
Mm-hmm.
So she had like the highest grade of her, how do you say, section,
You
of
can
her
say,
unit. I don't know, her
yeah.
grade unit.
Sorry, I'm just getting my charger goes. My computer is running out of battery. You can say
Okay,
grade.
go ahead.
Grade, like grado in Spanish, is it's the same. Maybe they will use a different term, being that it's a trilingual school and they include French, perhaps. But you can say
No, no,
grade
no. It's like,
or room or
yeah, that
classroom
of
as
her
well.
section. I wanted to say
Oh, you can say section as
because
well. It's kind of a
oh, section.
literal translation, but yeah, it works the same. Um,
Okay. So
yeah,
yeah, she had the uh-huh.
um, sorry. Let me just plug this in because I don't
Okay.
want this computer to turn off.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready now. Hey, but congratulations, your daughter is very smart.
Yes,
Yeah.
and what I think, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And what I think that has helped her is that one of her best friends, one of her besties is she's French. She's called Nina, and they speak every single
French.
day. They join in this, like they do these meets, and they're always speaking and talking in French or in Spanish.
Wow.
And every time that I can, or that we can with my husband, he's usually paying more attention about what's Danny in which language she's talking to, and he's always like, "Hey, French, French, French," and
Hey,
that
that's
has
really cool.
really helped her. I think that that's one of the that was one of the secrets or things that helped her obtain the highest score. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this to you, and then we're gonna start with the class. But
Okay.
um, one of my friends that I know that is coming from Liceo Francés, the good thing about that is that she speaks differently than the rest of the people who speak French in the company that I'm in.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and that's because they are exposed to speak French all the time since the very first grade. So
Yeah.
then the whole time there, of course, because it is a trilingual school, um, I think it gives them the opportunity to not learn just the language just in a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years, and that's it. So not, they will have the whole experience like throughout the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
So
True.
that makes it a difference.
Yeah. True. True. True.
Yeah.
There's nothing like practice,
Right.
like daily
Yeah.
practice.
Right. 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 And being exposed to native speakers as well, because to my understanding, they're native. There are some native speakers there.
Yeah. Well, actually, Danny's teacher, he's French, and
Okay.
the last teacher, he was also French, and even the Salvadorian teachers, they are they are great.
Okay.
Danny had she was very lucky because one of the greatest teachers she's ever had is a Salvadorian teacher, but she graduated from Liceo Francés,
Okay.
and
There you
she's the
go.
mother of yeah, and yeah, and she has their her children's at the school, and yes, so we she has like the three perspectives. She has
Yes.
been a liceo student, she's a liceo mother, and she's a liceo teacher. So
How cool. How cool.
yeah, so great.
That's nice. That's nice. Well, the question that I was gonna ask you at the beginning is like, why did you guys take a decision of these sessions and classes for your that I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about from a people experience perspective, like for the employees, like for the I don't know, the different areas that you guys have within Applaud.
Yeah, it's because we want first to support our people to develop themselves and to improve their English, because most of Applaudo's customers are based in the US or in India.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
based in the US, to be more exact. Based the highest percentage is a US customer.
Hmm.
So we really need our operations team to know how to handle a conversation, to understand them, like to be fluent, to get seniority in the way they
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we've been looking and doing this research about the
Okay.
best English teachers or English teaching companies,
Hmm.
and yeah, and then we found Speak, and Speak, I really think it's great because the name says it. Speak is very
Hmm.
interested in that one
Yeah.
speaks good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why we are always like encouraging our team that they should join the meetings, and of course we need to we need to advance in the platform. because that's the way that we sustain our scholarships
Mm-hmm.
within Safor.
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing and to really get to improve is by doing this, like, by speaking.
By speaking. Now I know Ban's here and George here, guys. Welcome. Um, well, I know I was gonna forget this, and Brian now. Um, but how, but but how do you think, or how have people taken this? And I'm asking you because you're from people experience, and it's important for me
This
to know as
course,
well. And yeah, and it's important for me
well,
to know and be in the loop.
I don't really know because uh, we are all working from home, so
Mm,
I don't have like the chance to ask them or to listen to them. But
mm,
I think that my leader at this in the learning and development area that's in charge of all these courses and everything, his name is Francisco. So I think
mm.
that he has passed. I remember that he has passed like this survey, but I'm not sure.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
And the thing is that sadly we are working where our colleagues have a lot a lot of meetings with a lot of clients at different that are working or required to be working or to join at different times.
mhm.
So in some cases they can join or
Right.
yeah, because we chose this schedule by voting
Mhm,
in a poll.
mhm.
And I don't know, it was like, yeah, literally it was 51% versus 49%,
Yeah.
and that's why we chose this schedule. So people that don't join this session
Mhm.
are, I don't know, like half the group. It's not that they don't want to, it's
Uh-huh.
that, I don't know, maybe they can't, I don't know.
That's what I thought. I thought that because I saw the group and there are like a lot of people, and I was like, why are they not joining? But it makes sense what you say.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna try and do and push more.
Okay, the reason why I'm taking this time and talk to you about this is because I want to get to know more about the whole group itself, and being that you're from people experience, and I want to have another perspective as well. But now, what I was telling one of you guys, what I was telling one of you, and what I was telling the group the other day is it's understandable that some of you might think like, "M- I mean, man, but I already speak English. I don't need this." Because there are people who think that way, which is cool. Um, but I was like, okay, so if I am the person who believes that I know English already, which is true, and I don't need this class, then still join the session, not only because I am going to teach you something like English, but I'm going to teach you like different things about the business, how to be in meetings and stuff like that. Plus, um, I need you. I need you here because if you believe that your English level is very good and you need no help, so then I need you. I need you here because you're gonna help me and you're gonna help the team help others.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's gonna be the whole point of this. Okay, so then join so we can help each other here. Um, and right, I think that's the whole purpose of this sessions.
yes, totally agree,
Yeah,
totally agree. And you know, something really nice happened yesterday.
yeah.
Let me see. I don't know. No, yesterday I couldn't join, but I have joined the last. How did ay, cómo se dice, hombre?
The
The
previous.
day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I joined on Wednesday, and yesterday I had this English interview just to, I don't know, just to measure my English level at Aplaudo because I didn't, they didn't pass me, they didn't show me, or I don't know how to say it. I didn't took the exam when I got in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. They were like, "Hey, we just want to know your English level and
Right.
yeah, stuff like that." And yeah, yesterday for the first time in many years, I spoke. Not in many years, in many months, let's say. I spoke like I thought in my head, like I was thinking in my head. Yeah, I don't know
Mm.
if I'm being,
Makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. So it's because I have been practicing. So I think one of the greatest things
Yeah.
about joining these
Yeah.
sessions.
Absolutely agree. Agree. Okay. Well, that's the whole idea of this, for us to, I mean, because you might know English, but if you don't practice, then when time comes and you need to speak, then you're gonna be like, I can't
Yeah,
formulate my ideas. Yeah,
yeah, and one knows
understandable.
in our heads. We already know.
Right.
And for example, if we are watching a series just in English and everything, and we totally understand it, but when time comes that it's our turn to speak, sometimes it's hard, or our speak,
Hmm.
it goes out like, I don't know, like rusty.
I promise this is gonna be the last example, and then we're gonna jump into this. The other day, my car is not a manual car; it's automatic, and then I have a motorcycle.
Okay.
So usually I drive my motorcycle and bike in the car, and then the other day my brother-in-law told me to go, get his car because he was gonna do something else, and he needed someone to drive his car. So I know how to do and drive manual cars,
Uh-huh.
but mine is automatic, so I don't usually drive manual. So I went to the place, and I was like, okay, so I sat down there, got the keys, and then I was like, okay, so it's a manual. So then I inserted the key, and then it did the engine. But then I was like, okay, so like I was like trying to process in my mind, like, okay, so now how was it? Or, that I was driving this, and then I was like trying to put the ideas into the puzzle, like um it might be hilarious, but then I know how to drive manual, but if you're driving it like every single day, so then okay, of course you just sit down and start driving. But then when
Yeah.
as there has been a time that you haven't done that, so then it takes a while for you to get back on track. And
Yeah.
I'm talking about minutes, right? So same happens with English. Like if we know English, right? But if we have not been practicing, then when time comes and speak, we're gonna be like, right?
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Um,
How
yeah,
many
it's
times did the car turned off?
not even once. No, I gotta be honest. Yeah, once.
Great.
Yeah. The other day I was driving as well. Like a microbus. I was driving the other because my family didn't have, they needed, to pick up some people from a place. I was like, man, I never driven by like with that many people, but I did it, and then I was like, okay, that's good. Um, and it was manual as well. But that time it turned off like 3 or 4 times, but it was not me. It was not. It was not. I promise, it was not me. It was the bus. Yeah, it was the bus. And I was like, it's not, it's, and I was like, looking back at them and like, it's not because of me, it's this bus that is awful to drive. Yeah.
And all the people were like, "Yeah, right."
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hey guys. Hey, Victor, Ben, George, and Brian. Sorry that I've been talking more with Michelle right now, but it was like I barely talked to her, and she barely talks to me because she's always driving. Um, okay, so today we're gonna be talking about like how to close a meeting. Close a meeting, I'll be focusing more on I mean, of course, a hider we already know how to close a minute. Yeah, I know. But we're gonna be focusing more on the different ways and words that we can use when we want to close a meeting. Like if we are the host or the chair of the meeting, like how to close a meeting or how people would close a meeting, and we will need to like on it happened to me it happened to me yesterday in a class. I was like, okay guys, it's 4 p.m., we're gonna finish the class, and I have another class to go. And there was this class, the student who was like, okay teacher, but I have a question about this and that, and the question, like, it's something that could have waited, or she could have asked me through WhatsApp or something. But still, she was like, okay, but I need to ask you this because I don't understand this topic. I don't understand this part. And I need your help on this. And I had already said, okay, so it's 4 o'clock. We need to finish. Okay, the 2 hours are gone, and I have people waiting for me in the other room. So that's why it's important sometimes to understand when the meeting is coming to the end. Okay, like when we are in a meeting or when we are hosting or chairing a meeting, like what phrases or words we can use to put a full stop in the meeting, because either you have another meeting to go or your shift is gone, and I mean you want to just get off and sign off your computer, or because you got people waiting in the other room and it's not polite to join late. Okay. So that's what we're gonna go over right now. So wrapping up, there are different reasons why a meeting comes to an end. I got two here. Um, Time may run out. Okay, so it was for an hour and then we're over. Or all of the items of the agenda may be checked off. Any other reason why a meeting may come to an end and we need to do the wrap up? Do you guys know what wrap up is?
To finalize.
Yeah. Well, but to finalize would be like, okay, so thank you all for coming. Bye. And then we go.
I understand that wrap up in is like doing a quick recap.
It's doing a quick recap. That there you go. Um, do you guys do a recap in your meetings, or have you ever heard people doing recaps or wrapping up in their meetings?
Yeah, I'm always doing uh, quick recaps at the end of the meetings, just because sometimes with these home office uh, processes, maybe one of them um, are not giving all the attention to us.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end, so at the end of the meeting, we have this, we have these points, these action items, and that.
And you made a point there because this work from home environment, like either you accept it or not, sometimes doesn't let us, not in every single meeting, but there are times when somebody calls our attention or somebody's at the door or we gotta do something quick, and it get us off track of the all of the points that are mentioned in the meeting. Maybe out of 10 items, maybe there's one that we didn't quite get because our phone rang or because somebody was at the door. So that's why recaps are important. And you have a good point there, George. So, but wrapping up and doing a recap is not just a matter of um like saying, okay, so what we spoke about, it was this and this. Okay, thank you. Bye. How would you guys do a recap or a wrap up? Like, tell me an example, like how you guys do it, and you can say about whatever, like any last topic you guys talk about, like in just previous meetings. You can just do an example. An example, and how will you do it? Like,
Well, an example, or maybe something that, an example of how I do it is, well, guys, just to do a quick recap about this meeting, we have the action item number one. The responsible will be Pepito, and the due
mhm.
date will be this one. Did you get what you have to do
Do
with
you
this
really have
action
someone called Pepito in the plot? I'm kidding.
item?
No, I'm kidding.
And next one, action item two, with the same, the responsible, the due date, and asking them if they have the information, the enough information to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good example. So, focusing on the action items or whatever is important, it's always a key because as I was saying, there might be a 5 or 2 or even 1 minute that I couldn't get what you guys were saying. So it's important to do a wrap up. Okay. I call it a wrap up and not a recap because recap is more for educational stuff, like when you are teaching a topic like class or something like it. I call it wrap up better. So and I usually do it in the minutes, like okay, so wrapping up this meeting because we only have 5 minutes, and I let them know this is what I want you to get. I let them know, okay, so I'm gonna wrap up right now or wrapping up this meeting because we only have 5 minutes, and I tell them we only have 5 minutes. So do not over talk. Do not, okay, just it's more of a time to listen to me right now. And then if there are more minutes, then they can talk, but they already have in mind that we only have 5 minutes. But I go like that, right? And say, okay, so topic number one was, which is very important, is this, and I'll be sending out the reports later on today, by the end of the day, and then uh, item number three is like the new person in charge of this is going to be this person here, and then I'll send out the information or email. Wrapping up is important, and also sending the meeting minutes, which is what we were talking the other day as well, for people who didn't quite understand everything or for people who were not in the meeting that day. All right, that's good. That's good. Anything else you guys want to add? Ben, Brian, or you guys good?
I'm good, teacher.
Good. Nice.
Okay.
Okay, so some different ways to postpone a meeting. Have you come across in a scenario like this one that you have to postpone a meeting? How do you like what was the reason? How did you do it? And how did you let the people know?
Um, well, um, it has, it, well, right now it's happening to me that maybe I don't know why, but they maybe are not checking the calendar, right?
Mm,
And they put a meeting when I already have another schedule, right? So I had what I had to do is sending a new proposed time to them and saying why I can't be joining to the meeting, right? Hey, I
mm,
have another meeting scheduled by this time, so could this time work for you? Work
yeah.
for you?
Yeah, it happens. We had a new coworker the other day, and he was just booking meetings and not checking the calendar. Everybody was like, man, are you even checking the calendar? Yeah, people who don't know. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna give you some of the examples, but this is more about talking time. Okay, this is more about speaking. This is more about being in the meeting and then say, you know what, guys, I got something. Though, guys is not to be used in meetings. Guys is more for us. Like we get to know, like when we're in business meetings, it's more like, okay, um, you skip the guy. Okay, just for you to know. Now let's go to the examples that I have here. I have a couple, right? Um, Ben, if you want to help me read with the first three.
Just the first ones, or how many of them?
Help me out with the first.
All of them.
Just
Okay.
one, just the first one.
Okay. It looks like we've run out of time, so I guess we'll finish here.
Okay. Um, what if, there is a pending topic? Like they're asking you about something and you run out of time, you don't have time to answer to them. What would be your answer?
Usually what I do if there are some items left still to cover in the meeting and we don't have time, I ask them if they have time to stay a little bit more in the meeting
Mm,
so we can
okay,
cover everything, right? But if
okay.
in the case if they can, I suggest to schedule another call just to cover the few items that we have remaining to cover. And then we decide when is the best time for them, for the team, right? To have a second meeting.
Yeah, that's good. So normally sometimes they would have like a little bit more time, but most of the times they don't, and they will go like, okay. So what you're saying is good. Like I can ask them like, okay, so what would be another best time for you to join, and we can uh, discuss. Hold on. Oh wow. Okay, that's good. Well, how about the second one, Ben?
I think we've covered everything on the list.
Um, okay, I think that one is very straightforward, right? But can you read it again? Can you read the number two again?
I think we've covered everything on the list.
George, can you read the second one too?
Um, I think we've covered everything on the list.
Okay. Brian, can you help me out reading the second one as well?
I think we've covered everything on the list.
Okay, so I think we've covered everything on the list. Okay, part of the articulation, which is what something that I want to show you. I want to focus on two main stuff. So one of them is articulation, and the other one is is final sounds as well. I mean, I think articulation and final sounds will go together, and then confidence is gonna be another one, which is a little bit of how we say something and how we what we want to transmit to our clients or to whoever I want to meet with. Okay, so this second one is more of I think we've covered everything on the list. Of course, if you say it faster, it's gonna lose a little bit of um intonation, but it doesn't mean that we're just gonna just I think we cover because it sounds more like we say I think we cover everything on the list, right? So we need to exaggerate the with, and then covered everything, covered. So the D sound is a little bit more like strong, and we say covered, and then we join it with the following E, like everything, covered everything, covered la D al final, covered everything. So it would sound more like I think we've covered everything on the list. And if I say it faster, it will be I think we've covered everything on the list. Um, if you pay close attention to the how it sounds in the final sounds, it does sound like it, like we've covered everything. We've covered everything. Okay, so we're gonna be focusing more on that on the next week as well. We'll be talking about business, but we'll be also talking about um, the articulation, pronunciation, and the rest of the stuff. How about point number 3, George?
And I guess that will be all for today.
Okay. I guess that will be all for today. If you were to join any of the sounds here in this sentence, which one would you join to to make it sound like more smooth, like smoother?
There will be all. I I guess that will be all for today.
Once more.
I guess that will be all for today.
Okay, good. Michelle, which if you were to join sounds here, which one would you join?
Which one would I choose of of any of these options, or
Uh,
how
the,
would I say the third one?
the third. Yeah,
I would say maybe I guess that'd be all
there you
for
go.
today.
I guess that'll be all. I guess that'll be all. I guess that'll be all. Okay, that's another way of
Yep.
the.
Yep.
Remember, I don't know if it was on Wednesday or Tuesday, but we were talking as well like how North American speaker like to join the sounds, and so we can do that too. If we join sounds, I mean, what's the benefit of joining sounds? Let's start with that question.
One of the benefits could be that we speak more fluent
Hmm.
and to make things shorter.
Yeah, we'll sound a bit more fluent, shorter. We'll say things in shorter times, and it also improves our accent. Yes. Um, the more you join sounds, I mean, of course, it comes along with articulation, intonation, and stuff like that. It's okay to have accent. We all have accent. I have my accent. Everybody here in our country has the accent. But if we can come closer to how they speak, I think it's better in the end. It'll be better for them to understand us. It'll be better because we all sound better. It has a lot of benefit. So that's gonna be one of our goals here as well to to work during these sessions. But yeah, okay. Let's look at number 4. Who can give it a shot with the number 4?
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. We finished ahead of schedule for once.
Okay. Sounds good. Now can you make it sound more natural? Like if we are in the meeting already and you
Can I paraphrase it?
yeah, absolutely that's what I was gonna say. You can either use this one, that's my example. I mean, I normally don't say, "Hey, well, look at that." I mean, we just I just go like with different phrases, but you can use your
Yeah.
own. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I could say, hey, we finished before it was scheduled, so let's close the meeting. I don't know,
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
done with it. We're done with
Uh-huh.
this.
Okay. Yeah. Which one would you use, Ben?
Um, Probably, uh, hey, we finished with some time in advance.
Okay. Good. But just for the sake of the example, can you guys read like this one? We've finished. We've finished.
Yeah, I
George, can
think
you? Uh-huh.
we've finished with some time
Uh-huh.
in advance.
Um, can you say it once more? Ben, can you say it once more?
My example.
No, this one. We've finished.
Ah, well, look at that. We've finished ahead of time, ahead schedule for once.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now this one, we only have 2 minutes. But this one, we've 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 finished. Because most of the time when we say it or when we hear it, it's like we are finished. That's what that's what we hear. Which is good as well, but it's kind of that's why articulation comes into place here. Like so we can make it sound to the others like if we are really saying we are finished, like we're finished or we've finished. Right? So we're gonna be focusing um on the um on the articulation intonation as well because I think that's a very important topic to be covering during our classes, not only talking about business but also talking about how we articulate, which is very important. Okay. um One of the examples, we only have 1 minute. One of the examples that we do is like when in a Spanish, for example, when we greet a friend, most of the time we're like, hey or hi, hi, right. In the Spanish, like hola, hey, qué onda, right? But in English, sometimes when we greet someone, we're more like hi. It's like more like soft, and we don't articulate like maybe we're not gonna say like hi, good morning, no, right? Because that's too much. But you're gonna go like hi, how are you? Like by exaggerating the sounds, and that's just an example. Of course, throughout talking with them, it has to be all the time that way so they can understand that at 100%. Sometimes they understand us, but they just get words from us. and we want them to understand like every single thing we say. It's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you again Monday.
See you on Monday. Hey, remember the homework.
The homework,
The due date
yes.
is for today. Is today.
Yeah. Thanks, George. All right. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.